Hey, hey, Poodle fam, how we doing? Happy Wednesday, May 31st, end of May. I can't believe it. It is crazy that we're at the end of May, and it still feels like middle of winter here in California. We are cloudy, overcast, rainy. That's how this has been all year for us. Not a good year, but you know what? Good to stay inside. I got one for us today. It was really, really exciting. This week. We were on kind of our leaders meeting yesterday, and I had been busy. I don't check my wallet. I'm not one of those people that checks their wallet every day. I don't know if you do, but I don't. I just trust the system, and let things just happen. And so they said in the leaders, meeting, yeah, the distribution got paid out, the dividends for the pet exchange, Poodle exchange. For holders of pet. And I was like, oh, really? And I looked on it and I'm like, oh, damn, I got $100 there for how much I'm holding, and a little more than that. And I was like, wow, that was kind of cool. Money that came in that I didn't even think about. And it's funny. I then, you can go in for your Poodle token and, you can look and see how much you've made in redistribution too on our token, and just see the money and your bag increase and the amount of tokens you're holding just for holding over time. And so that's what I was going to talk about today, is kind of one of the things that, we used to talk about a lot, but we haven't mentioned much is really the value in just long-term holding. I know that we like to just be a holder and hold and hold and don't sell and don't sell. And of course, those are good things. Those are good habits to have. But really, the main thing is there's a reason for it. One, it improves your own bag, of course, and improves our value when people aren't selling, but also the passive income, right? One of the cool things about both tokens as part of the Poodle ecosystem is that you have the main Poodle token that pays its redistribution on the tokenomics. So obviously, as you hold, as transit people buy and sell, you gain in your bag. You get more tokens based on obviously the percentage that you own. So if you just buy some and just sit back and wait, you're going to see your bag increase over time, right? That's a good thing. That's a very good thing, right? And then what about if you are if you're a pet owner, so a Poodle exchange token owner, you collect a percentage of the exchange fee that is paid when people use the exchange. So with the Poodle token, obviously it's based on who buys and sells Poodle. And you get the distribution to increase your bag and get more of the token. For the exchange, it doesn't matter what token people exchange on it. Obviously, you can almost get a twofer if people do Poodle on the Poodle exchange. But you end up then growing. And it was pretty cool because I didn't even really pay attention. I knew that it was kind of coming up as to when we were supposed to do the distribution, but all of a sudden I was like, oh, really? And at first I didn't see that I had it. And then I looked at my MATIC and I'm like, oh, hello, I'll take the extra $100 there. And that's just free money for being a holder, just free money for sitting there and holding. And then, you know what, the first thing I did with it, I went into Poodle Exchange and I bought myself some more of the token, because that's exactly it. Yeah, you get paid out in the MATIC. But again, the whole idea is, as was it Edison? So it said, or Franklin, one of the people said, one of the greatest things, mysteries on earth is compound interest, right? So even as I got the dividend out, the key is throw it right back into the token and build your bag. Because now next time, that means I'm going to have even more payout each time, right? As you continue to increase your bag, you get more of a payout. And that's really where the advantages is. And I think we don't really talk about it enough when we're talking about our token, and really playing up as to why you should hold. I know a lot of people get really stuck in the charts. a lot of people wonder, hey, is this what's going up? Is it going down? How are we doing it today? And if you have that long-term mindset, you're always going to be a winner. You're always going to be able to sit back and recognize, hey, what's going on here, whether it's a good day or a bad day, is probably temporary, right? Very few times do you actually see something that makes a huge difference in a longish period of time, right? Or in a short time for a long term, right? Everything is progressive over time. But one of the best ways to kind of quote unquote beat the system is just keep reinvesting in the token itself, right? As you increase your bag, you realize if you don't sell and you're increasing your bag due to redistribution, you're also cutting the available supply. And right, as you cut the available supply, you then increase the demand, right? Because now as we start to grow it and the more that you hold, it's just going to be harder for other people to buy. What's that do? That shoots the value up. It shoots the price tag up. So there's huge advantages in just that passive income beyond just increasing your bag, increasing your value, being able to take the dividend and buying more, right? It actually helps the price. One, because when you're not selling, sales hurt the price. But two, increasing the demand, right? We know that supply and demand drives the market, definitely drives the market when it comes to, when it comes to crypto. In fact, a lot drives the market when it comes to crypto. And so what we want to make sure that we do is that we're always doing the positive things, one for our own bag, but also the community and the holding, right? And I think that's really the advantage. And I got the, like I said, the nice surprise this week. So with a short one today, I just want to remind everyone about the value of holding, right? And that is seeing that passive income. And it's so funny because, we see a lot of things, and I know a lot of crypto holders too follow a lot of the big shillers, or maybe you follow an Instagram account on, millionaire mindsets and things like that. I do. And one of the things they always say is that you need to, by the way, it's not true that you can be a millionaire working 9 to 5, but a lot of times they'll say you'll never be financially secure if you're living on a paycheck. And the idea is that the mindset of the entrepreneur is the one who goes out and creates income that works for itself. You make your money work for itself. And that here is exactly what the advantage of the passive income in holding does, right? When you have your money work for itself, you can increase without adding more. I know that I've talked about DCAing, dollar cost averaging, buying in a certain amount every month and continuing to do that. Absolutely. That is important. We need to keep doing that. But the thing is, we know that not everybody can afford it. But by being a main holder, not jumping in, jumping out, you can actually increase and, in a way, small amount of DCAing over time just by having that holding, right? And I think that that's really an important thing that we definitely lose sight of quite often, right? Especially because it really is a way to dollar cost average your bag up. And I think especially in this type of economy where people don't know where to put their money, just trusting a token. I mean, very few times will I actually sell. When I buy into something, I just trust it. Now, does it always do well for me? No. Sometimes there are losses, sometimes there are gain. But the key is trusting in what trusting in the program, the team that you have invested in, and knowing that in the long run, it's all going to be good. It's all going to work itself out. And that's exactly what I've been doing. And, and I think that that's one of the things that we often lose sight in, because a lot of people like to quote unquote day trade, or they look, they see a token go up and so they sell it, then they go down and then they buy and you know what? And that's fine. If that's your investment strategy and you can make that work, great. But what you want to recognize is that when you do that, you end up paying a lot in tokenomics, right? Because most tokens have some form of buying cost, right? Or selling cost, right? Like it would be 6% or 10% or whatever. Especially if you're trading from meme coin to meme coin, just doing, a swap from say one token to another that has tokenomics on both ends, right? You could have the sell token on Poodle, and you could have the buy token on another, or the buy tax. That's what I'm trying to say. You could have the sell tax on one and the buy tax on the other. You have to add those up. So unless you're willing to hold in for the time of your loss, I mean, look at it this way. Even if you were only at 5% on each, you have to wait until you get 10% growth and the amount that you would sell at again, right? So just to look at this way, if you were to trade from one token to another, they were 5% taxes, you would actually have to earn 20% just for your break-even amount. Why? Because you had to buy the first one at 5%. You sell the first one at 5%. You buy the new one at 5%. And then to be able to cash it out, you need that other 5%. That's a lot. That's a 20% you would need if you do token hopping. That's why I also suggest that you don't, when you end up buying, and this is where the great thing about Poodle is having our ability to have that passive income in the growth. If you have the long-term mindset, you don't need to worry about jumping in and out because you can grow your bag. You can grow that amount. You can grow the sell tax, over time so that as the value goes up, and then when you need to get out in the future, because everyone has a place they're going to get out, you can now exit gracefully without taking a loss. And I think it's amazing how many people have said how they've lost money in meme coins, but don't realize that a lot of their own loss is their own fault. Not because of the value of the token, but because if you're doing token hopping, you're paying a percentage over and over and over and over again. And that's dangerous. That's really dangerous. That you want to watch out for, right? And so I think that's where you want to make sure of that another advantage of holding, besides passing the getting that passive income that builds over time, is again, you're not fighting yourself in double taxation, actually quad taxation, right? Buying in, selling out, buying the other, selling out. And so again, that was it. We're going to make this one a short one today. Again, just a reminder, because again, I loved seeing the dividends. So if you're a pet holder, you got paid a dividend this week. So make sure you check and see that, check your bag. It got paid out in MATIC. And you know what? I encourage you, take it, go to the poodl.exchange, buy up some more, and just keep building your bag. So there's two ways to get passive income with the Poodle, Poodle ecosystem. First is, of course, holding Poodle token, which is the best one, the main token, where you are just going to allow your bag to grow over time. Every time someone buys Poodle, you get redistribution. It grows the number of tokens that you have, right? So your actual number of token ownership goes up, which of course then, even if the value of the token were to stay the same, you would actually be increasing your value of your bag because you have more tokens, right? Ideally, the token goes up and your bag goes up, and you have a win-win situation. Then you have the Poodle exchange token. That one pays a dividend based on the volume of the exchange itself. That's paid out in MATIC. You do not get more tokens, but you get paid out a dividend. What you do with that dividend is up to you. I encourage you just to buy more pet with it, and then you can increase your bag that way. And again, that means since you're a higher percentage owner, you're going to get more when the payout comes, and that's how it goes. And again, the advantage, all of this income, you don't have to do anything about. Your bag's growing without having to buy more. And of course, when you hold the main two things, you don't hurt our price. And as you continue to grow your bag, you help supply and demand because the supply has been cut. And therefore, those who want in and want the dividends have to end up buying in more. So that is the advantage. That is the win-win, win-win-win of the entire thing. So with that being said, we have a short one. I have exactly 0 viewers today. I know. What's everyone doing? Everyone out enjoying summer? Is this is actually the week that I know. This is the week everybody's thinking summer, getting up and getting going. So with that being said, we hope you're doing well, Poodle fam. Love you. Next week, I will see you back here on Wednesday. That is in June. Can't believe we're in June. Then I'll be following up with another live show from Florida. I always do my annual live show from Orlando. I think that's becoming a tradition too. So love you, Poodle fam. Here's a short one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You have a great week. And there we go. Hold, watch your bag grow. Check your wallet. Again, if you're a pet holder, you got it, your distribution. If you're Poodle token holder, then guess what? Watch your bag go, because there's been some big sales, so you're watching that. Go check and see how much you've actually gotten in redistribution. It's the value. It's the great thing about what we do. So love you, Poodle fam. Have a great week. We'll talk to you next week.